What's up, everybody? Okay, so today we're going to learn how to use some Ron's brushes and hopefully do a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway of some Ron's brushes soon, hopefully these ones. And today we're going to be talking about Ron's Water's Edge. So, I mean, you can use any brushes, Photoshop brushes, but this is just how to use them. So we have this image, and once you've installed Ron's brushes, it's easy to do. You just unpack it wherever you want and you go find it, right? You say import brushes, go find the brush, it'll be a file, you import it, and then you get your brushes in your brushes list. And from there, you get a whole bunch of sweet brushes. Boom. Okay? So it's just a technique or two. Maybe some of you don't know how to use them. So we're gonna show how to use these. Right, so first of all, I'm gonna always make a new layer, call it water or something. I don't know. I'm the absolute worst with names. I'm terrible with it. Anyway, don't do what I do, okay? And we're gonna go look for some brushes. First of all, we can change the color. Let's change it to something like white, obviously. And then we can start painting it. So it's more watery, I guess. Do whatever color you want, but you can change this later. Now remember, if I right click, I can move the brush around so it starts facing upwards. If I right click, I can also do the size of the brush, right? Look at this, boom, see? And now you start to get something cool. And now it's messing around. It's starting to just take a few brushes, seeing what they do, and seeing how they can benefit you, okay? So something like, bam, something like that. And remember, if things don't work, like you want a piece of a brush, so say you want something like that, it's so easy to just take an eraser and just blend it in, man. Just blend it in where you would like them. See? Something like that. And you can keep adding cool brushes. Let's put this one on 1000 size, which is nice. They're really high resolution, but we don't need them to be that big. And you can just start keeping on adding how you want it. Oops, I don't know what the hell that was. Okay, wrong brush. And you can just start manipulating it as you see fit. Now you can go here to the normal, and you can try and use different kind of things, but because you're using white, not much works with it. You can use it on screen, but like I said, not much works with it. You can use your opacity to also kind of tone it down a bit and start seeing how you like it. And the other cool thing about this is that you can go in, add another layer, call it something like highlights. Jesus, okay, that's completely whatever. And then you can go get like a little hard round brush, take it on like a 2 or something, so it's tiny. And then you can still go in and just start adding little cool highlights, something like that, you know. Let's take it onto like a 3 even, 3. And you can start just putting in like your own highlights in the water. And this just kind of gives it like a nice kind of effect. I'm using a mouse. I should be using my Wacom. I'm just lazy. I need to charge the damn thing or plug it in. But I'm lazy, so I'm just using a mouse here, which you shouldn't. Mices are terrible to use for something like this. You should always use Wacom with like pressure sensitivity or whatever, and you get some wicked results. Now look at this, man. Look at this. You start getting these kind of, you see that? You just start getting these really cool effects. Now look, man, art takes time, right? Art takes time, so you got to enjoy it. You shouldn't be rushing this kind of stuff. If you're rushing it, you know, you're not enjoying it, which means why are you doing it? You know, it's that simple. It's really that simple. But here we go. You're just starting to add like these cool highlights, and you know, in the bigger pieces or whatever. And you can really see this piece compared to the rest, right? Look at this. Look. See, kind of flat, and boof, kind of coming out. You see, and that's the difference between this. Now, a few other little techniques, which is pretty cool. Let's see here. What do I got? I got Ron's edge brushes. Are these the same? I don't know. Did I just bring them in twice? I haven't a clue. I don't know, Jimmy. I don't know. But let's see a Margaret. Look at that Margaret. That's a nice one. 1,000. You know, you can add them to different places. See where you want to put them. See, oh, actually, that might work. Something like this, you know, and you do something like take it out, something like this, and you start to blend it in a little bit, and then you can put your brush on like an opacity of like, ah, come on, go away. You can put on like a 20 or something, and you can just start narrowing it down, blend it in even more, taking away that harshness. Now I shouldn't have put this on the highlights layer, but I did, so that's stupid, Addy. That's a little bit dumb, isn't it? Put this back on a 3. Keep your highlights on a separate layer, not like me. And you can start going in here, and you can start really bringing this out, which is pretty damn cool, man. You know, go in there, and just start, you know, adding these cool things. Boom, boom, boom. This is bad. Don't do this. What I've just done here, but you know, take your time and do it properly. And man, I can guarantee you your results will start becoming really damn awesome. Now, let's say you've got your brushes. You can see already here. Look how it pops it out. Just these few strokes just pops it out here. Now, a cool thing about this is if you've got like let's just say, do we have like a fine spray, Jimmy? Okay, let's take something like this. Let's go on 1,000, and let's just try and put something like this there, right? Just for now, right? We go and we hone it in a bit. Let's put this back on 100, and we just want this top part here, something like this. Remember, it's pretty cool if you take like a blur gallery. Actually, you can use like a normal blur, so you can go to like I'd go to, where is it, smart shape motion blur, and you can just start adding like in a bit of a direction, whatever. But sometimes it doesn't help because there's, you know, this water's coming from here, so it's splashing this way, this way, this way. Sometimes that doesn't help, Adi. So you can go to filter, blur gallery, and you can go to path blur, which is pretty damn cool, man. So check at this now. So now you've got this kind of blur. You can put this over here, you can put this over here, and you can put this over here. So this is kind of going there, and from here you can start putting this one, you know, a little bit down because it's starting to settle a bit better. And then you can start, you know, putting your different blurs. Look at this. So you can start to get these incredible looks of motion in your whatever it's called, in your blurs, whatever, your movement of your damn water. Jesus. And this is a lot of power now. So this is incredible. And okay, I'm just gonna say okay here, and you can start seeing that to that, you know, and you can start adding motion to your water or whatever it is. Now the thing is, I've got this on the same layer as this, so you can see it just destroys it, and this is also on all the little highlights, so it totally destroys it. I'm going to take it away. That's why you keep your highlights separately and your water on another layer. I've done it completely wrong, but I hope this helps a bit. It's just a real quick way of being able to use some of these brushes. Don't be afraid to delete. Don't be afraid to blur. Don't be afraid to wang it. Just because a brush isn't exactly how you want the brush to be, use the piece and the size that suits you, right? So it's easy. Just use what suits you. Bam, bam, bam. And remember, we can go in and we can use opacity, which is awesome and cool. You can tone it down a bit. You can, you know, just take the pieces away that you don't want. You know, take some pieces away, and you can start seeing how things work. And then you can go in, take one of those brushes, chuck it on a 3, and just start going in and pushing the boundaries of this thing, you know. adding like these highlights, adding, and this really just pops it out, man. It just pops it out completely, which is so wicked and powerful. And this, my love, this, Margaret, I told you, don't look at this guy and look at his tentacles, and start getting a little bit aroused, Margaret. I told you, I don't want you to do that. That's called bestiality, Margaret, you bastard. Aye, but anything's better than you. Alright, so I hope this helps. I really do. And let me know if you like these kind of things. Because I'm going to start doing a couple more of Ron's, and we're going to start giving away some brushes from Ron himself. And you know, I use them in every works I got. I love them, and they just work beautifully, and you know, they're quality brushes. So I hope this helps, and have a great weekend. Speak to you later. Bye, guys.